25.8% alcoholic volume, which would make it over 90 proof, right? Here we go. Oh, it smells amazing. It smells good. Beautiful. All right. The first shot of the day. Hopefully the first of many. All right. I'm excited. It smells great. It smells smoky, but it has a lot of nautical like sea flavor or sea scent, like sea salt. It smells good. And it smells smooth. It doesn't have like a bite. It smells very smooth. Cheers to everyone. Talisker single malt. That was incredibly smooth. I'm shocked at how smooth that was and went down. That was like, out of the other whiskey or the scotch that I've been having, I've had 2 scotches. I had one in October and one in December. That is so smooth. Look at that. Nothing, no chaser, nothing. It's beautiful. Wow. It has just the right amount of smoke and sea brine flavor. That is amazing. I love that. Wow. Okay, Talisker, this is my favorite scotch right now. Talisker. I recommend it. That is absolutely delicious and super smooth. Wow. Okay, well, that's one down. Hopefully more to go. Urban style individual.
What's up with y'all? Hopefully this video finds y'all in good spirits, and if not, at least you're not DSP. And in this video, we're going to watch Phil have a meltdown about what we all know he's doing when he's not on stream, and that's drinking gin. So let's get into it.
With James Connor, who did a $5 super chat. Listen to this. This is absolutely hilarious. Remember when you only drank for Christmas? Yes, I remember when I only drank on stream for Christmas. That's correct. Now it's 2 to 3 times a week. No, it's not. Now it's 2 times a week max whenever I'm doing a driving game. You know, American Truck Sim, and now we've added Taxi Life. And each night I'm drinking 2 White Claws, okay? Your days off, that's not true. Not always drinking on my days off. I don't know where you got that impression. And every marathon. That is to some extent true. The amount that I drink during a marathon is determined by the amount of support I get. It's kind of a gimmick. You know, when you say you only used to drink on Christmas, you're right, but that's also because we didn't do marathons. Now, we do a marathon once a month, and it's a very special event, and people like it.
No, it's your new grift. That's your only real money maker if we're being real about it. But what this guy said is 100% true. Phil, we have records. We've seen the bang statements. We know you love your gin. Let's be real about it. And every time there's a marathon that comes around, you have to give us your alcohol showcase. I mean, you have a variety of alcohols to choose from. And not only that, listen to how he speaks about the alcohol. He's so informed about it. Like, it's almost like he's an alcohol connoisseur, like he's wine testing or something. Like, he's so enthusiastic about it. It's like watching him drink is like watching him play WWE champions. That's the only 2 things that he's passionate about.
So if it's working, why wouldn't you keep doing it, right? That can't be good for a recovering alcoholic. Okay, allow me to explain something to you. There's no such thing as a recovering alcoholic, all right, when you're talking about someone who has told you about, like, 7 years ago, I was overly drinking, and I was drinking almost all the time, every night, behind the scenes, awful stuff, mistreating my body, okay? Idiots say things like, well, if you're an alcoholic, you can never recover. Well, let me ask you a question.
He never said you could not recover. He did allude to you being a recovering addict, though. So you are arguing a point this guy did not make, but go ahead.
When you're an alcoholic, it means that you're completely dependent on the substance. Every day, you have an addiction. You want it. You crave it. You want it in your system. You feel better. You get those, endorphins or whatever when you actually drink, correct? And it's not just alcoholism. It's any substance abuse. For some people, it's cigarettes. For some people, it's weed. For some people, it's other kinds of drugs. For some people, it's eating, actually. But it's an addiction, correct?
Look at Dare Sci Phil giving us the insight into what drugs are. Some of my 80s babies know what I'm talking about. But go ahead, Phil.
If you're an alcoholic, it means that you rely on this every single day. It has to be part of your routine. It has to be something that you run back to, right? Okay. Usually when you think alcoholism, you think someone has it out of control. They can't stop, right? I will tell you, there were times in my life when this was absolutely the case. There was times during the 2000s and there were times during the 2010s when this was the case for me.
So he's about to describe what the guy said. He said you're a recovering alcoholic. That's what you're describing, Phil, is a recovering alcoholic. This guy then got upset and forgot what he got upset about. Watch how he talk in circles.
Where it was out of control and I was acting in ways that I normally wouldn't because I was under the influence. It was actually hurting my lifestyle, my body, my relationships with people. Absolutely. I've told you this stuff, right? But what's hilarious about this is that people say, oh my God, wait a minute, but you were an alcoholic. You're drinking? Yes, because in life, it's not absolutes. Do you get it? In life, it's about moderation and doing things responsibly. Maybe in the past, I admit I've had substance abuse issues with alcohol. I've told you all about it publicly. I've admitted it. It's been something intimate that I've opened up about, right?
You're not telling me, especially during that keynote arc, that you were not up all the wee hours of the night and you wouldn't have a bottle on you. I don't believe that for a second. You telling me you was doing that sober? That's probably worse, Phil. So you might want to pick one.
That doesn't mean that today, if I drink 2 White Claws on a driving stream and I get a little bit of a buzz and we're having fun, that now I've become an alcoholic. If you think that, you're actually a fucking retard. All right? I want you to understand that. If you actually think that because someone who has problems in the past is having 1 or 2 casual drinks in a controlled, responsible environment and having fun with an audience, that they're an alcoholic, you're actually a fucking moron.
Look at the crash out king, man. You see how he was ramping up? The temperature slowly kept creeping up, man. We know Phil was going to implode. Now, look, I've always said don't troll tip him, but I'm not gonna lie, some of this shit is funny. Phil, it would be no different if somebody said that they were no longer smoking cigarettes and they gave them up, and you knew that the cigarettes cause illnesses, would that be cancer or some type of lung condition or something like that, right? And then you seen them one day and you got into the car and you saw a pack of cigarettes. It would give you cause to pause because you understand how much they struggled with that addiction. So you saying that you were super addicted to alcohol and how you used to conduct yourself when you were on alcohol is only confirming what this guy is saying. He's saying, wait, wasn't this a really hard vice for you? What are you doing? but per usual, because Phil's so damn insecure, he lashes out.
And no one can help you because you actually think life is black and white. It's either you're an alcoholic or you are fucking teetotaler, straight edge. That's not how life works. Okay? So when you send me a super chat like that and you say one of the most dumb fucking things I've ever heard, I laugh at how dumb and ignorant you are. All right? I'm an responsible adult. I'm not drinking and then driving. I'm not drinking myself into a stupor every night and acting a fool. Okay? What you're saying doesn't exist. A responsible adult has the ability to have a drink or two every once in a while and have fun, particularly if it's enhancing the experience of a stream. You guys said me doing this when I'm doing the driving streams is kind of fun because I get buzzed and, we have fun conversation. It actually makes the driving more difficult and you can see, having, fender benders and stuff in the games. It's funny, right?
Phil, the last couple sentences you said, that's all you needed to say. That crash out was so unnecessary. But we'll take it. I mean, you completely lost your mind over nothing. That was you. That was your opportunity for a teaching moment. Number one, you could have handled that a million different ways, but you chose obviously the worst one. But you could have gave you a little speech about moderation and balance, and you could have had a point because it's coming from a place of experience. But of course, you have to turn the volume all the way up because you're probably sweating right now because you're so goddamn insecure. Just relax. I mean, this is why AAA meetings and friends and stuff like that is so important, Because a lot of times before you do something crazy, oftentimes you'll talk to somebody like, man, I swear to God, bro, I've been feeling like, ah. And if you got a good one, a real one around you, they're going to tell you, nah, bro, that ain't, don't do that, bro. That don't even make sense. See, but Phil was always talking to himself. So all he doing in that room is confirming his own thoughts over and over again. And that's why he keeps smashing his head into the brick wall and acting like it's not there when he gets back up. It's crazy.
So could you be dumber? No, I don't think so. I actually think that if you think that because I have a couple drinks on a driving stream that I'm an alcoholic, you're actually a fucking idiot. And you actually need help. You need help. Not me. You're the one who needs fucking help. Okay? Now, marathons, like I said, definitely interesting because sometimes I end up drinking way too much, I admit, and other times there's almost nothing. It really depends on levels of support and stuff. Will not go crazy and drink way too much. That did happen during my birthday marathon because I didn't understand how strong that moonshine was. Oh, God. I legit drank too much and I got sick, right? That next day, I couldn't even come to stream on time. That's a situation where, yeah, things got out of hand. I adjusted. If you haven't noticed, that hasn't happened again. I'm not really doing that stuff anymore.
But how often is that happening when you're not on stream? You cannot tell me or anyone else that the only time that you're consuming alcohol to the degree that it gets you drunk is when you're quote unquote doing marathons. Nobody believes that because I believe part of the reason why you have these crash outs all the time is because you are tipsy. That little cup that you got over there or what you passing off as filtered water, man, I don't believe you. We know you like your gin and you stream most of the day. Okay. And you can tell that even Phil on the back end of that rant knew that he kind of went overboard because he was trying to clean it up. He was trying to be more friendly and was missing his words a whole lot more. But this is the importance of being reasonable, Phil. All you got to do is take a damn deep breath. That's it. But you so ready to crash out, man. This dude is a crash test dummy. He will just run headfirst into anything. And you wonder why people play games with you, man. My goodness, you still ain't figured this out. That's all I got for y'all, man. Peace.
Urban style content. I'm dead.